Hi guys, it's Kat. So today's video is a get ready with me, and I literally could not sleep last night. It's currently 6:20 and I went to bed around like midnight, so I don't know why my body wouldn't let me sleep, because I was like, it's 5:30 is when my body was like and I couldn't fall back asleep. To start off with my get ready with me though, I'm gonna do the hydrating under eye patches from Rare Beauty and let these be on my face for 10 minutes. I feel like this is a way to start the day. And we also have so much to talk about today because my weekend last week was very different than when I said my get ready with me, because there was last minute plans, and we're just gonna talk about my plans for today and weekly checkup again. Sorry if my lighting looks weird. I forgot to put on my other lights to brighten up the room a little bit, so of course I would do that, and I couldn't restart this video. But it is time to take these off. It has been over 10 minutes, so I'm gonna put my headband on, and I can't forget my cotton candy Alani, of course. I need to go buy more of these at Target. I also got my nails done yesterday, and like I'm obsessed with this color. We're just starting with the Summer Fridays, the Jet Lag Skin Smoothing Mist. If you guys notice little like dots on my face, like right there is the biggest one. That is from my kid scratching me, my student, because I made him do work and he was bad about it. Going in with the Road Glazing Milk. I actually haven't used this in a while, so I'm gonna use it today. Yeah, this week was just really hard at work, even though it was a 4-day week, because we had Memorial Day off. Or my kids just wanted to fight us, so it was like getting hurt a lot this week. Well, recipe dewdrops, and yes, I'm using all my minis still because they're just the easiest to use up. I actually like that I'm using my minis, even though it was like last week I was like, I'm not traveling anywhere for Memorial Day weekend, and I actually went on a little trip to Green Bay, Wisconsin to visit my family. I'm going in with Bubbles eye cream. It was like my brother, my sister-in-law, my niece, they live up there, and I'm from Chicago, so it was like a 3-hour drive. I didn't go with my side of the family. I actually went with my sister-in-law's brother and his wife because their car broke down and they were heading to Green Bay for my niece's birthday, and they didn't have a car, so they asked for my car and they can use it, and I was like, yeah, because then I got to go to Green Bay too and see my niece. Going in with Tatcha water cream. Yeah, last week I was just like, I'm not traveling anywhere, I'm using my minis because I'm not going. And then of course that same Saturday I am going to Green Bay, and I was like, oh, okay. R28 SPF 30. So I didn't expect to be going to Green Bay last week, but it was very fun. My niece was very happy, and my sister-in-law's brother's family just were very happy that I let them borrow my car and drive with them up to see them and stuff. I'm gonna try to squeeze whatever I possibly can from this Professional primer, because yesterday I was using it and almost nothing was coming out, so I can't get anything out right now. I'm just not gonna count it as an empty. Clearly nothing's coming out of this. Great, and I have a little bit on my chin. I guess I'm gonna go with the Smashbox, the Photo Finish, because it kind of has the same consistency as the Professional, so hopefully it mixes it okay. Today I have the busiest day ahead of me because I have to go drop off my car at 9 o'clock for an oil change, and then I have to take my dog to the vet, and then I have an engagement party. I'm going in with my House Labs foundation. Since it is so early in the morning, I might edit this video at my mom's house because my mom's gonna pick me up from the dealership because I don't feel like waiting 3 hours for my car to be done. And I also did not get the chance to wash my makeup brushes last weekend, so I might have to do that today before I leave. To leave at like 9, and it's currently 6:46, so I got time. I'm glad we got my dog a vet appointment though last week, because I made it last week. So he's just feeling real sick. Said he doesn't even want to go on walks and stuff, so that's very unlike him. Going in with my Hourglass concealer. My mom was saying that yesterday he went to the yard and was eating grass and like blood was coming out of his mouth, and she was like really confused like why that would be happening. So we're convinced he has some sort of tooth infection. and I'm low-key hoping it's just that so that we can be an easy fix, like getting a see-through moon or something. He's also 11, so he's an older dog, to be honest. Like, he's not a little puppy. So, like, at this point, we're like, we don't know what's wrong with him, and we just want to figure it out. I also forgot to go in with my beauty blender to blend in my foundation. And I already put on concealer, so. Yeah, so I'm hoping he's okay. Good thing that I have my car going to the dealership because that gives me an excuse to be with my mom for a little longer while we wait for my car, and I can be with my dog. Going in with my Morphe bronzing stick. I keep saying Project Pan. I'm gonna finish this in that month, and then I just have so much product left in here that I feel like it's taking me forever to finish. Since we got back late on Monday night, I did not have time to meal prep. It's like my plans were just kind of mixed up with what I had scheduled to do. Like clean my makeup brushes, do my laundry and all that. And I just didn't get the chance to because we left for the trip around like 4-ish. We got there around like 7:30. We just spent a time with my niece a little bit playing with her before she went to bed, and then we stayed up. We stayed up so late. Just very last minute, and I was not expecting it. I'm going in with Patrick Ta, the blush in Soft Launch. Very pretty. This is one of his newer shades that he came out with. I saw the transition shades he came out with, and I'm like tempted to get it, but at the same time I really don't need it. I was like, do I really need a transition shade? Like, how does that even work, you know? But yeah, since it was so last minute for my trip last week, I feel like I have to catch up this weekend, which I really don't have the extra day on Monday to do so. So I think after this video, I'm gonna wash my makeup brushes. Just do a lot tomorrow because I did finish my laundry throughout the week. Like I did small loads. I feel like I did not put enough blush. As a blushaholic, I need more. Going in with the Rose Glow Tarte highlighter. I'm gonna try to get a lot done tomorrow, but my makeup brushes need time to dry, which is why I want to do that today. Because tomorrow I probably have to go grocery shopping and all the things. So. Also, I don't know why I put highlight at the tip of my nose. That was my intention. I'm kind of losing my mind right now because of like just thinking about how busy this weekend's gonna be. I'm going with my Dior powder. This thing is hitting pan, and I'm like, you're so expensive, but I like it, and I'm not gonna repurchase it probably because it's too darn expensive. So I'm gonna do it off camera real quick. Alrighty, it's about 7 o'clock and we're moving on to powder products. I'm gonna turn off my alarm. I literally woke up before all my alarms. Going in with my House Labs bronzer. I don't know why I couldn't sleep for very long. Like, that happened at my brother's house when I was up there too, that I went to bed super late and woke up super early. I have no clue why. And I'm like, usually on days I can sleep in, my body will wake me up early, but days that I have to be up early, my body wants me to sleep in. It's like, make up your mind. I'm still getting over my sinus infection. Like, I'm still congested. Not as bad, but I still definitely have the sniffles. And I'm already done with my antibiotics. I'm going back in with Patrick Ta, but now we're going in with the powder. This is where I need a lighter hand. Yeah, it's been a really stressful week for me too, so it was nice to be in Green Bay, but then my week when I got back to work was terrible. My kids were very aggressive and very mad at us. It usually happens after a longer break, like when they have an extra day off. Brand Beauty highlight. My hand is all janked up from one of my students. He kept scratching me because he was sick, and we told the nurse, and he was gone Thursday and Friday because we knew he was sick, and parents just sent him to school and we're like, not feeling good, and he just wasn't himself. So the nurse was like, I'll write a note home. So he stayed home, and our life's a little easier, but he got me pretty bad on Wednesday. And my other two kids were just, one girl was crying too because she wanted her phone. Going in with the Brow Wiz now for brows, of course. And I'm going to do that off camera because I get real close and personal to the mirror to see my eyebrows. Okay, eyebrows are done and they're pretty even today for the most part, so I'm happy. And now we're moving on to eyeshadow, which I'm using the Rare Beauty palette today. This is just a neutrals palette. You guys know I love my neutrals. Still doing a neutral look even though I have like the party today. Starting off with this shade right here, just that lighter shade. for my crease. One thing I forgot to mention about work is that someone asked me a really offensive question that I was really upset about. As someone asked me if I was pregnant, and I was like, no. She's an older lady. Not that that's any excuse, but maybe she just didn't realize how bad it would hurt me and how I was thinking about it literally all day. And I was like, I went to the gym every day this week too, so I was proud of myself for going to the gym. That was like my motivation. Be like, okay, so now I have to tone up so I don't look pregnant. Now we're going in this light brown here from my outer corner. She came to apologize to me at the end of the day, but the first thing I said to her was, I was offended by your comment. Because when she asked me if I was pregnant and I said no, she goes, you should get that checked out. And I was like, I was really upset, and I was like kind of ignoring her because I was like, that really made me upset. She finally came and she was like, that's not what I meant, I didn't mean to offend you. And I was like, well, you did. Going in with this brown here from the middle of my eyelid. But I was telling my friends about it, and they're like, who goes up to a person as if they're pregnant? Like, that's just so offensive and none of your business. And I was like, yeah, and I'm not even pregnant. So I asked her, I'm like, do you think I'm fat or something? Is that why you said that? Because mind you, she said this when there were still people around us, and I was with my student already trying to feed him breakfast. She called me over just so she could ask me that question. So I'm like, I'm going back to my kid. We're going in with this sparkly shade down here, more like a gold shimmer. She was like, I was gonna be so happy for you if you were pregnant and stuff, and I'm like, why would you be happy? Like, you're not gonna be the grandma. I was just weirded out by that comment and upset, but what are you gonna do? I'm going in with this shade down here too as like a highlighter for the inner corner of my eye. Yeah, so that's another thing that happened this week at work that really bugged me and made my week really bad. Going in with my Sephora collection liner. I keep looking down, you guys can barely see me, but I'm looking at my mirror. And I'm also keeping my head down because I'm doing eyeliner right now. Gotta curl the lashes. We're setting it with the matte Blur from Charlotte Tilbury. For lips, we're going in with Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I'm just gonna line my lips with this. This thing is getting small. For lipstick, we're going in with Pillow Talk and Fair. And then I'm going in with a Laneige Glazed Craze and Cinnamon Sugar. It's a little topper. This thing, I can never open it like right away. It takes me forever. I just love the donut application on here. I usually just put some on my bottom lip and mix it with the top lip because I don't want too much. And then we're going with the Maybelline Body Mascara and the Sky High Mascara. Alright, we're finishing off the look with the Impeccable Setting Spray from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Alrighty guys, here's the final makeup look for today. Thank you for getting ready with me. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment below for engagement. And I'll talk to you guys later.